funny jokes about dark situations. We're shedding a light on it, and we're giving awareness, just like Joan Rivers used to say. I'm giving awareness to something that people just don't know about Anne Frank. So now they'll start talking about Anne Frank because I made a joke about it. People killed her for it. Mostly Jews killed her for saying it. I don't mind a bad Holocaust joke. There was a comic in Hawaii that did say, Hitler should have just finished the job. Not funny. Make it funny.
Right.
I wasn't. Right. That's the one thing I do. I don't have that offended factor because it's never personal. And when someone starts going personal about your looks, about, oh, Victoria the comedian, I just you're so funny. You're not funny at all. Why don't you stop your career? I'm like, wow, did you write that yourself? Like, is this your original joke?
Yeah, it's tough. And, and again, these are things I just learned, is just, being new to doing stand-up is, there's not a lot of us females, and there's certainly not a lot of us our age group. I'm pushing 60.
Yeah.
And when I'm at an open mic, I'm surrounded by 30, 27-year-old straight boys.
Like that sometimes.
And it's fine. I mean, now that I'm like, oh my God, out of 30 of these dudes, I got to be the only fucking woman here, yet alone older woman. It's crazy to me.
But it's refreshing too, because you're funny, and funny is funny. Remember that. Like people, like I'll talk about my son, I'll be like, my son, anybody here, he's a gamer. Anybody know what a gamer is? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's another word for loser. Okay. Like, and I'm making fun of them,
It's awesome.
There was a comic that was just like, I don't know. He never had a joke. And then I went on one day after, I don't care if he paid me every single time. I didn't care if he ever came back because he really wasted our 5 minutes. And by the way, I give an extra 5 minutes for free if anybody wants to come to my open mic. So it's 10 minutes for $5. Anyway, because I'm a comic, I know you need more time. So this comic just kept, no jokes. So I got on stage and I started doing no jokes. And I go, who am I? So the comic goes, are you doing me? I go, yeah, I am. How's it look? Because very sucky. Exactly. Why don't you write new jokes?
Well, I'll tell you, it's crazy.
He came back. He ended up coming back. He thought it was a very good constructive criticism.
Well, whenever I travel, I try to look for, like I was telling you, I've ended up in some pretty scary situations because I'm clueless, these mics I go to sometimes, but I did go to one in Seattle, and it was like, I don't know, Laugh Factory. I don't know. It was their big club, and they did an open mic. Yeah. So I had looked up ahead of time, and I went and I talked to the girl who hosted it, and she's like, oh my God, that's so exciting. You can close the open mic, whatever. Because I was in town. I'm like, great, fine, I go. I sat there through 27 straight boys. I mean, one after another, the same dick. Suck it, my dick, blow. Yeah. I mean, just over.
But even when females do the pussy thing every 5 minutes.
I get up there, I do my whatever, I do my little thing, whatever. I get off, and the guy that owned the club came up, and he's like, would you like to feature this weekend? And I'm thinking, you've got 27 dudes here, but also part of me feels like when I'm new blood, so you know what I mean? He's got his 27 to choose from to feature for his local, but same thing happened when I was in Florida. Yeah. I went in, and a bunch of those people, the Florida comics, South Florida, they're awesome. Keep in touch with them. They're amazing. But I got a couple college gigs from just one open mic. Everyone's like, come here, want to do my bar show here? You want to do my
everything is
show?
Word of mouth and connections, and you make the good connections.
Right. But also I'm like, I'm new. I'm a fat old lady from New York. So they're like, come on, be on my show. It's something different than what they have to choose from there too. You know what I mean? Because it's the same.
And you're funny. Because if you suck, trust me, I put on shows. If you suck, you suck. And I have to tell you, look what Joan Rivers had to go through. She was a real pioneer.
Joan Rivers is, so I take it Joan is like obviously one of your favorite.
I actually played her they had a contest in Hawaii where, you could be your favorite.
Yes.
I love it.
And I did Joan, and I wrote jokes that she would have written.
Oh, you did. Oh my God.
That's great.
That's
I
amazing.
wrote a joke. I had blonde hair at the time because I was living in Hawaii and I was like swimming every day. My hair was bleach blonde at one point. So, and it was short. So it worked. Otherwise I would have put a wig on. But I was like, oh, you thought I was dead. I'm not dead. I came to Hawaii because I was, I'm not doing the accent exactly.
Yeah, right.
I came to Hawaii because I wanted to hide away, but I can't take it anymore. I'm melting because all the plastics I'm melting like a credit card.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
Stuff
Southern
like
her.
that she would have said, because she was dead already when I did it.
Oh,
And it was just when she died. And I was like, oh, I got to bring her back to life.
got to.
It felt so good being
Yeah.
her because I'm an actress too. So I was acting like Joan. And
I'll tell you,
this
yeah.
comedy, and I've been doing this since 2011, I want to say, but on and off. And then I really, really want to say that when you have no fear, that's when the shit really works.
And
I
the
love
work,
that.
do the work and you have no fear. Fear is a 4-letter word. I self-sabotage. Sometimes I'm on stage and I'm thinking about my next joke and I'm not even enjoying it at this point, but it is work. You should not supposed to enjoy it too much, but because you have to really do the work because it's work. It is work. But here I was like saying, oh my God, what's my next joke? I blanked out completely. While I'm telling a joke, I'm blanking out on the next joke.
And it's so amazing how you're on autopilot when you're up there. Like I try like that.
Then I go back to my old stuff and I'm like, no, you wanted to try something new. Why?
Yeah, I know it's tough
because routine.
But I mean, for me, it was like if I'm up there and then, and I'm hosting and it's a really big crowd or whatever, but I would just get onto autopilot and I found myself rushing because I was so neurotic about my time, and
but somebody's supposed to time you when you're up there.
That's give you the light.
Yeah.
No, even though I always bring my phone and throw it on the stool with my timer running, it makes me feel comfortable. I don't know why. It's like a baby's pacifier.
Yeah. Well, I always have my phone recording video in case, like a video on a tripod.
Yeah, in case
their video doesn't come out and it's a fabulous crowd. Even my open mics, I do it because I want to remember it. That's how I remember it. But also, if a fight breaks out and I have that shit on video, I'm going viral, baby cakes. So
I have a nipple slip or something.
I encourage the video. I really recommend the video.
Yeah, no, I did. I used to always record myself when I first started because I just needed to play it back to hear what I was saying. Yeah. But for me, when I just hosted for Kirsten, I was like, I hadn't been on stage in a year. I couldn't sleep the 3 days before the show. And I'm like, can't sleep because I'm meeting Jessica or because I'm nervous about being on stage. Because for me, it was like Jessica. So when I'm at the bar, they come in, whatever, Mark comes up, he's like, Jessica's in the green room. Why don't you go on back? And I was just like, okay.
Aw.
Okay.
Do you have a drink? Do you have a drink beforehand or you don't drink?
I don't drink.
At all or not before a show?
No, I don't drink at all. I never was a big drinker. I think I'm allergic. I could probably have one, but then if I go farther, I turn beet red. I'm like, I got like the, how they say Chinese people are allergic. When I did my DNA, I thought for sure I came out like 3% Asian. I thought that number would be higher because I got that gene, but I come from a family of alcoholics. I don't know what happened. It got broken when it got to me.
Oh, I didn't know that they said that about Asians.
Yeah, they're they have that gene where they're allergic to alcohol.
They say in Australia, you might have some Australia. They say,
are they too?
No, they say that the second they have alcohol, they become addicted for life.
Really? That's good to know since I'm out there dating. I don't want to date any Australian down under.
They took all the criminals from England, and I didn't know that until a few years ago. They took all the criminals from England and they shipped them to Australia. No offense against Australia. I love Australians.
Don't go on down under.
But hey, I don't know. But yeah, I can't really drink. But Anyway, so I went up and I told Jessica, I'm like, I'm a little bit nervous. Haven't been on stage in a year. She goes, tell them that when you get up there, just say, I haven't been up here in a year. It's, and I was feeling a little weird about doing any COVID jokes because, a lot of the local comedians were like, if you go up and do COVID jokes, you're a fucking hack, because it's COVID. I'm like,
not if it's funny.
Right. So I was like, all right. So anyway, I went up, I did my set. At my little, went back there, and she was so freaking nice. By the late show Friday, I was feeling great.
That's great.
And I felt like you know what? I just got that. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go up here. If I hit, I hit. And I feel like it really helped me.
And you survived.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I mean, I did, I did pretty good. I didn't do anything, I didn't go dirty or anything. When you're hosting, I just kind of stick to the greatest hits or whatnot.
Yeah.
But so it was, perfect for me to get back on stage,
Yeah.
But open mics here are just opening, Victoria. How long have you guys been back, like at open mics?
But a couple of months now.
Months. We don't have any.
Well, now we're full capacity, and we don't, I don't think they're wearing masks now, and everything is just, By the way, if you're sitting, there's no COVID when you sit and drink.
I know.
But you
in Rochester,
I'm 5 feet tall. I'm 5 feet tall, so I'm the same height as most people sitting. So I'm like, I'm their height.
You're a risk.
I don't have to. Yeah, no, I'm sitting. I'm standing. I'm the same height as you sitting. So it's like, why do I have to wear a mask if I'm the same height as you sitting?
But as soon as I took that mask off, I got a freaking cold. I just went for another COVID test. I just went for another COVID test. Well,
let me tell you something about that, because I was a health coach. I'm going to tell you something about that. And this is what people don't realize, that for your immune system, and you'll hear real doctors say this, and they can't say it out loud, but your immune system needs germs. So
absolutely.
You're constantly covering and sanitizing everything. You're sanitizing yourself to death.
Right.
Because kids need dirt in order to get that fighting chance.
Yeah.
And you don't have a fighting chance if you're constantly keeping yourself away from the fight. How are you going to grow a muscle if you're never at the gym? Like, your body needs to work, and it needs to fight those germs. The problem is that the fear of getting COVID and dying in a week.
Yeah, but but here's the thing too, is like, all right, my 26-year-old daughter who had COVID twice still won't get the vaccine. It'll make me sterile. You don't need to have kids, number one. Being sterile is not a bad thing. She's a lesbian. She ain't having no kids. She ain't that type.
She's lesbian?
Yeah, my youngest, yeah. But my oldest daughter, who just moved to New York City, she did get the vaccine. But here's the thing. I got to be honest, and I am a believer in science. I believe in all of that. But if I have a 12-year-old, I'm not sure if I would get them the vaccine.
Yeah, but they're not dying of it.
I know it. And then I feel like, okay, like you shouldn't think this way. Because here I'm trying to tell my 26-year-old who's had it twice, you're going to get your vaccine. Like, I'm arguing with her. And then I'm like, at this point, how many more times can she get COVID? I don't know. But
I think twice. But then again, are you going to get it every year, this vaccine?
If we have to get a booster, I mean, I get my flu shot every other year.
Yeah.
I don't purpose. You know why I get it every other year? Because sometimes I just fucking forget to get it, But I mean, if I'm at the doctor and it's October and he's like, oh, while you're here, you want your flu shot? Sure. You know what I mean? I'm here.
I got the flu from the flu shot, so I don't get the flu shots anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fine, whatever. But I mean,
everybody's different, and everybody should have a choice.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be mandatory.
But if I got to get a booster for the COVID, fuck yeah, I'm getting the booster. Okay.
I don't like that they're giving free donuts out every day for a year. I don't like that they're giving they're red flags. Oh, you get to enter a contest.
No, I'm pissed. Did you see?
I know. I'm upset about that.
Someone just won. I'm pissed.
What?
Yeah, that bitch, they call it the Vaxalotto, they're calling it. And then if you get your vaccine, you get put into a lottery.
Yeah.
I got mine.
This bitch
I'm
won
in California. So
yeah, $5 million. This bitch just won. I'm like, what about me? What about the people that went and did the right thing?
But why are they doing all these lotteries? Like, what is?
Because we're never going to get to herd immunity if we don't vaccinate enough people.
I know that, first of all, the Bay Area is very diverse with our open mics.
My
It's much-
mother-in-law lives in San Francisco.
Okay, I live about 20 minutes from San Francisco. So I just noticed from like Rochester open mics in the scene isn't as diverse as like the Bay Area. You know what I mean? We have a new club here. It's the guy is doing so well with female headliners, all different races. And so I'm kind of like, maybe because it's a Bay Area